Hi friends, thank you for joining us for STEM for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. This is Miss Kristin from the Grafton Public Library, and today you are going to be making your own model of a working arm. So we're going to talk about your elbow, the muscles in your arm, the bones in your arm, and then you're going to actually create a model that will show you how your arm moves. The materials that you're going to need for our activity today are some pieces of heavier paper, either cardstock or poster board. I just have some leftover file folders that were a little bit heavier in weight. You're going to need 2 of those that are around 8 by 11. And then you're going to need another piece of paper that's slightly larger, again, cardstock or heavier weight paper. You're going to want this one to be around 8 by 12. You're also going to need some long balloons, some masking tape, metal paper clips, either a straight pin, or I actually have a needle to help poke holes through your arm bones, and some scissors. So before we get started, I want you to think about an average day. Do you think about your elbows very much? Probably not, but you would not be able to do all the things you do each and every day if you did not have an elbow. Think about trying to write a letter, brush your teeth, or even eat your breakfast if you didn't have an elbow to help you do those things. If you can't bend your elbows, you would realize that those things are pretty near impossible to do. If you also didn't have your bones, muscles, and other tendons working together to help your elbow bend, you also wouldn't be able to do those things. So we're going to create a model to see how all these parts work together. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take those smaller pieces of paper and we're going to use them to create the radius and the ulna. Those are the bones in your arm here, in that lower section of your arm below your elbow. So you're going to take the paper and you're going to roll it lengthwise like this. You're going to try to make it pretty tight and roll it all the way. And then once you're done, you're going to want to tape it with masking tape so it stays shut like this. Okay, if you have someone at home, they might be able to help you hold it while you tape it, or you can rip off the pieces of tape while you're holding it. Or if you want to try to plan ahead, you can rip off the pieces of tape before you start rolling. It's totally up to you, however you'd like to create your radius and your ulna. So you're just going to do this for both pieces of paper. So I made my radius and ulna and I labeled them. You can if you want to, you don't have to. You're going to do the same thing now with your bigger piece of paper. You're going to roll it lengthwise up really, really tight. And then you're going to put your masking tape around it until it looks like this. And this is your humerus. Okay, your humerus bone is the bone up top here above your elbow. Okay, so now we have all 3 of our arm bones in place. And what we're going to do now is we're going to need to find a way to keep them connected together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pin, or I have my needle over here, and you're going to start with your humerus, and about 1/2 inch or so in from the right side of your humerus bone, you're just going to poke a hole. Okay, so it goes through. You might have to wiggle it a little bit. And it goes all the way through to the other side. So you can see how that's going all the way through. So I have those holes on either side. Okay, so our holes are already on there. And then we're going to do the same thing with our radius and ulna, except we're going to poke the holes on the left side this time. So again, I'm going about 1/2 inch down. I'm going to put the holes in, poke through all the way. Okay, and then you can just pull out your pin or your needle after. Please be careful not to poke yourself. And once you're all set with that, you'll see that we have our holes in each bone, and we're going to be able to line them up to create our model of our arm. So the way that we're going to connect these bones is we're actually going to use a paper clip. So if you unfold your paper clip, and make sure that one end stays a little bit curved so your bones don't fall off. And you're going to open it all the way up so it's kind of straight. Okay, so you're going to put it together. You want the humerus on the left. Okay, the ulna is actually going to be on the bottom and the radius is at the top. So it goes like this, and we're going to line up the holes. Okay, and then you're going to thread the paper clip through the holes to create the joint. Okay, so you might have to wiggle. My paper clip's a little bit bigger than the holes I made. I'm just gonna squish that in here, try to get it through. There it goes. And through the other side. Okay, so we're creating that joint in your arm. So you can see I'm just pushing it through. Okay, so I'm gonna push it all the way through. I can get it here. Oh, it looks like I'm taking the plastic coating off my paper clip. Hold on here. All right, so I'm gonna take that plastic coating off. You hopefully won't have the same problem with your paper clip, but we're just gonna put it all the way through. And then you're gonna do the same thing all the way through your humerus and all the way through your radius. All right, now that my paper clip is all the way through all 3 of my arm bones, what you're gonna wanna do is make sure that both parts of the paper clip are kind of bent over, okay, to keep those muscles together. I'm just gonna bend this here. And then what you're gonna wanna do is put some masking tape around them to keep them tight against your bone, because you don't want them to be popping out and popping our balloon muscles that we're gonna be adding on next. I'm just gonna put some masking tape over that. You can see that it's folded over. I have that joint happening here, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side now. So now we're gonna use our balloons to create our bicep and tricep muscles. So the bicep muscle is the muscle that is on the front part of the top of your arm up here. The tricep is the part on the back over here. So I already blew up one balloon. I have a little machine that helps me blow up the balloons, but if you want to just blow them up yourself, you can do that too. The trick is you want to make sure that the balloon is blown up in the middle, so you have space on either end to tie your balloon onto your model. There we go. I'm going to make them different colors. You can do the same color, totally up to you. I just want 2 different colors so you can see that one is the bicep and one is the tricep. So I have my bicep and my tricep, and now we're going to attach them to our model. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tape my radius and ulna together here. They would come together at your wrists and be connected in that part. So we're just going to tape them together. And then I'm going to take my bicep and I'm going to connect it to the front part of my humerus. So I'm going to tape it up top here to my humerus. And then down at the bottom, I'm actually going to tie it. So I have that bottom part here. I'm just going to tie it around my radius and my ulna. Just be careful, you don't want to pop your balloon. But if you can get it around and tie it in a knot down here. All right, so there's my bicep, my radius, and my ulna. And then I'm going to attach my tricep on the back part of my arm, opposite of my bicep. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to tape it up top, okay, and then you're going to tie it around underneath in the bottom. All right, so we can see here's our finished model of your arm. We have our radius and ulna bones here, our humerus bone up here, the bicep muscle and the tricep muscle. The bicep muscle is bigger than the tricep muscle. So you can see where our joint is, or where our elbow would be. We can move, and as you move your model arm, you can see that the bicep contracts as the arm closes and you bend at the joint, okay, and the tricep is relaxed. When you extend the arm, okay, the bicep becomes relaxed and your tricep starts to contract. So that's how your muscles work in your arm. It's pretty neat. All right, now that we've completed our model, I want to talk about it a little bit with you. We have our humerus, our radius, and our ulna bones, and our bicep and our tricep bones. Do you think this model would work the same if we had only one balloon? Think about if you had only one muscle in your arm. If you had the bicep but not the tricep, or the tricep or not the bicep. Your arm would definitely not be able to move as effectively or in the same way as it does now, okay? Our model is simplified than a regular arm. We've left out tendons, ligaments, nerves, joint cartilage, fluid, blood vessels, and even the rest of the arm muscles down here. But this is to show you how your arm can work and move. Your real arm is a lot more complicated. So in our model, the tricep is called an extensor muscle. Because it's called an extensor muscle, you might expect it to extend, but it actually contracts when we open up the arm. Extensor muscles contract in order to straighten out a limb. The bicep, on the other hand, is called a flexor muscle. It also contracts. Just as extensors contract to straighten a limb, flexors contract to bend the limb attached at the joint. So if you bend your arm back and forth, you see that the changes happen to the bicep and the tricep muscles. Another thing that we can think about is there another place on your body where the same thing happens, where you have a joint and you have muscles that have to extend or contract in order for you to move that joint. If you're thinking about your knee, perhaps, you're absolutely right. You could extend this same model and create it for your knee and your leg. Same idea. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's STEM for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. I had a wonderful time learning with you, and I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.